Welcome to Crappens. Don't wait a week for a new video. Join our Patreon at the Crappens On Demand level for instant recap access. Link in description. Enjoy the show. Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast for all the crap we love to talk about on ye old bravs. I'm Ronnie, and with me is the gorgeous and talented Mr. Ben Bantelka. Hello, Ben.
Hi, Ronnie. How's it going?
Good. Have you been working out? I can tell this part of your neck is very strong right now.
Really? I think it's because I'm leaning forward. I'm like normal. I'm like
Look
the
very
normal.
strong. Look
Really?
very
Well, thank you.
strengthened.
Thank you. I've been trying to work out more, but I don't think I've been growing my neck.
Well, Ben's
okay.
getting
I'll
his tour body ready because we're on tour. We're going next month. Well, this month because it's March now. So we're going to be traveling like in a week or so. We're going to Cincinnati, Minneapolis, Toronto, Charlotte, Atlanta, Washington, Philadelphia, Boston, Detroit, Chicago, Austin, Dallas, and Las Vegas. Get tickets for all of our live shows over at watchwhatcrappens.com. We announce what we're covering about a week before over on our Instagram. And you can get videos of all of our recaps, except live shows, but all the other recaps and traders recaps over on our Patreon. You can also find links to those on watchwhatcrappens.com. So what do you think about that? And here we are with wonderful. Some Southern Hospital. We're doing this a little late because we guested on a show yesterday, so it kind of took our time for this, but we did not forget our little Southern hospitality.
I just tried to put Charleston up in the background. And it's so busy that I'm just...
I have another one under there that I got. We're trying to change our background picture for all this stuff today, and just for fun, just, to do something.
It was underwater when it started because we had done Below Deck beforehand. So
this is the one I found.
I had put one up. I had downloaded one that was very similar, but it'll be similarly... I think it'll be also very, very, very busy. I'll try it. Here we go. I'm going to add this Charleston picture, and... It's uploading, right? It's gonna be busy. It's not gonna look great. Yeah, no.
Well, it's good. That one's fine. Okay, so here we are in Charleston. We get overhead shots. We get the Ravenel Bridge, and we get a song that nobody is singing on this show, which is "All Alone 'Cause I'm Better Off Without You." That's like the anti-Emmy song. Don't sing that song on here. Everybody's like terrified of being alone, so they're just going to be with someone they're not right with. What the hell? Where's that song, Trixie? How about "I'm settling like the forefathers of Charleston"? That's it.
Yeah. So then we go to Dunes West Golf Club, and Will and Joe and Bradley all arrive at the golf course together, and Will's like, "Oh, I don't think I've swung a golf club in like 4 years." And Joe's like, "Yeah, you should you need to enter like bigger tournaments." So Brad shows up, and so they go golfing and everything. They're all like broing it up on the golf course and joking around. And Joe's like, "It's pretty moist out here." "Here you go, Tiger. Here's a club." So then they're having fun. And then we go over to Charleston into the city, and we go to the Nails So Deep. Or is it Nails So Deep?
Nails So Deep? What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe that's the name of the person who owns it, Depp, or maybe it's a typo and it's supposed to be deep. But either way, it's a nail salon.
Yeah. So Maddie and Mia are going to goss at the nail salon, and they're talking about how much fun they had together in Vegas. I mean, it's like, yeah, but actually, like, I worry for you when you do get married, and Grace Lily is invited to the actual wedding, and then we get a flashback to Grace Lily just thinking, like sobbing in the fake wedding. And Maddie's like, "I am actually exhausted by that girl. Like, I'm like literally exhausted by her."
Yeah. And Mia's like, "Then, like, why do you let that friendship exhaust you? Is that not a sign that it's time to cut the friendship loose?" And then we see...
No, it's not time for that, ma'am. Stop letting go of Grace Lily. Don't get Grace Lily kicked off of this show. Excuse me, Mia. I like you, but no. Back down.
I agree. We see a flashback to them fighting in Vegas, and Maddie's like, "Well, I don't know. I feel like one-on-one, like me and her, she'll take accountability, but the moment she's in a group setting, she goes on the defense, like LOL."
Yeah, it's weird. It's like being confronted by 20 people is different than being confronted privately by one person. I wonder why that is. So then we go back to the golfing, and Will's like, should we get our balls out? And Brad's like, that's a different kind of party, Will. Hey, I'm more Tiger Hood than Tiger Woods.
Get it? Joe's like, you're such a douchebag. So then they're taking swings and everything, and Brad's like, it usually takes me like 3 or 4 holes to warm up. And Will's like, that's what she said. So
Yeah, you don't need to be warming up any more holes, Will. Okay?
Joe's like, it's usual golf etiquette. Like, I don't know how it is at the law office, but like, you don't talk during people's backswings. Do you do backswings at the law office?
Yeah, but with
shouldn't
highlighters.
talk.
So I'm pretty busy.
Are you allowed to talk while you're using your highlighter? Because at golf, you're not allowed to.
So back to the nail salon. They're talking about Maddie's DJ life. And she's like, I just came back from Miami. It was like crazy. And Joe didn't come because he was at a wedding. And so Mia's like, are you really going to marry Joe? And she's like, well, we talked about it, but like, I'm just like trying to kind of pump the brakes on his Uber. You know, it's like, just pump it. And then we go back to the golf course, and they're giving Joe shit about, you know, being fake married. And he's like, we're good. It's just like, you know, like, I'm at the point where like I live with Maddie like 6 out of 7 of the days now. And like, I have to go to Daniel Island, and it's like starting to like take a toll on me, you know? Like, I love the girl she's living with to death, but like, it's like super, I could have a Lamborghini. Like, for all that I spent on Ubers. And it's like, it's just like ridiculous. Like, I'm just thinking, like, if I lived with my boys 30 minutes away, like, how many nights a week would she come spend the night at my house?
Yeah, I'm like, it's like getting like really hard for me to like show up at their house, and then Cloris Leachman opens the door, and then she like shakes her head and then nods up to upstairs and just like rolls her eyes. Like, that's like not a nice way to walk into a place.
I wish
So
she lived there. I wish that waitress lived in the house. That would make it 10 times more interesting. If
I
she's like,
know.
Hey, it's you, honey. All right, come on in here. You're just waiting here. It's the lobby. It's really the living room. Isn't that funny? I just call it the lobby. So, what you doing today, Toots?
Hey, Maddie, your piece of meat is here.
Hey,
You want?
we're
you want
making
you want orange
tattoos with
juice?
toothpicks and food dye. What do you want me to make on you?
So Joe's like, she's sleeping 0 nights at my house downtown, which is like literally 3 blocks away from Republic. So, and Brad's like, well, why is that? He's like, I don't know. I'm gonna whiff this too, by the way, this ball. So just stop talking, okay? So Brad basically is saying that he understands why Joe's complaining, but he also thinks that Joe does whatever Maddie says, and like, you know, if Maddie says jump, Joe says, how high, mommy? And he's gonna go. So who wears the pants in the relationship? I think we all know.
and so then we go back to the nail salon, and Maddie's like, I mean, he's like ready to buy a house together. And I'm just like, whoa, this is moving too fast, you know? And then I'm like looking at houses, and he's like, but if we go in on that together, and me is just like, no. Oh, no. Don't ever depend on a man. And she's like, exactly. Because, like, he could, like, fuck you over or leave you, like, at any moment. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, the last time I was able to ride a bike attached to, like, a box with wheels on it, like, it's really hard. It's really been hard.
She's like, yeah, like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And Mia's like, wow, your DJ career must be doing really well if you can afford eggs. She's like, yeah. So Mia's like, it's outrageous that Joe and Maddie have been dating for 4 months. I mean, he wants to buy a house, get fake married, and it's just like too much. So then Maddie's like, I also just like don't have time to like move or like buy a house or like go house hunting right now. Like, I'm about to go on tour. Do you know how busy I am? Do you know how hard it is pressing play on my CD player? It's like really hard.
And she's like, wait, are you taking him on the road? And she's like, oh my God. Well, there's definitely going to be times where like, he's going to have to like hang back, you know?
Not putting words in anyone's mouth, but do you think that like maybe he's a little bit jealous of your career? Oh my God. LOL. I feel like he's ready for his career growth as soon as he finds a career. And Mia's saying like, Maddie's pumping the brakes, but I need her to pull the emergency handle because Joe obviously sees Maddie as rising and he's got nothing going on.
So Joe's like, well, I don't want to say that like Maddie's like being selfish, because like I just think she's like, she doesn't know she's like being selfish, but like she doesn't know about it. So it's like secret selfish. She's like a secret selfish. And Brad's like, maybe you could meet in the middle. You know, maybe if you go to Daniel Island, then she could spend 3 days downtown or something. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to stay in Joe's apartment downtown. She wants to go home.
Yeah. And Will's like, yeah, I mean, you just need to like ask her to spend more time at your place if driving is the problem. I mean, you can come stay with me and Emmy. In fact, like, you know where you could like, if you crash with me and Emmy, you could literally sleep directly in between me and Emmy. Like, just like be like a wall. You're like a human wall in our bed. Like, we'll totally be down with that.
Then if I get up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, you could just like keep guard. Also, I don't think it's the driving. I think they're missing the point. Joe doesn't like going out there because she's with 5 other girls. He doesn't like sharing her with all the people in the apartment, you know? At least
I
that's
think it's
gotta
also,
be
it
part
is
of it.
effort. It is time and effort. And like, sometimes you just want, like, if you could just go home, it's 3 blocks away, but you have to get in an Uber and drive for 30 to 40 minutes. Like, that's, I mean, if someone made me go out to Santa Monica from Hollywood every single night of the week, I mean, first of all, I would never date that person. That's an awful, awful person. But that's the point. Like at some points you want to say, hey, can you come to Hollywood instead? Because you're too far away.
Geographically undesirable is what they call it. Okay. But I think
Long
the
distance, okay.
deeper issue here is that she doesn't really want to be with him one-on-one. She'd rather like go hang out with his girlfriend or her girlfriends, I think.
She's just not that into him. That's, I think, even the bigger thing that's come out of this.
Yeah. So then they're like, so how are you and Emmy doing? Well, and he's like, it has not been an easy summer. And then we just see a flashback of Emmy being like, can I ever win? Can I just ever win? Shit all over her face.
It's so great. Will's like, mistakes were made, lessons were learned. No, you made mistakes and you learned no lessons. That's what you have to say. It's like, so for me, I mean, I'm entering a new chapter of my life. Like, I'm going maybe from like yellow highlighter to pink. I don't know. We're thinking things through, but just like more professional and stuff. So my highlighter is going to have to wear a tie. And I kind of want to like get a house and settle down and have a yard and a dog and like prove to people that I'm mature by doing mature things without actually growing up. Maybe get some kids with someone. I don't know who, but I want Emmy to live the housewife life. So I'll get her like a back house for me and my wife. I don't know, something cool like that.
And they're like, so do you actually want the housewife life? He's like, yeah, because like she's like good at like, I don't know, taking out trash and making charcuterie boards and cleaning my underwear and stuff like that, like she'll come to law school and like do my laundry. So yeah, like why wouldn't I want to marry her? Like, I mean, yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, a woman who's stuck in the laundry room can never catch you cheating. So
Yeah, she's like my backup, which is, something that she really likes when I say that to her. I feel like she's really been supporting me through school, and I need to pay her back. After all this bullying I've been going through with Biff at law school, it's nice to have someone who can make you a charcuterie board at the end of the day.
so romantic. And Brad's like, so you're gonna pay her back by marrying her? And he's like, yeah, because like having a life together, being like, I'll work and cheat, you run logistics of our thing and pretend I'm not cheating. It's like, it sounds good. She'll be like a car and I'll pump it full of fuel, and then I'll rent other cars and pump those as well, but she won't really care because it doesn't affect her mileage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like when you've got like a plug-in hybrid, like sometimes you get your fuel from like from the socket in the wall, and that's like Emmy, but you only get 30 miles out of it. So then the rest you have to use a different power source. That's the gas, and that's what happens in the bathroom. So it's pretty cool.
So Brad's like, yeah, we're not talking about a car. This is your girlfriend. And I like that all the relationships on this show so far are just brought down to car analogies. And Joe's like, what is this, a business deal? This is the most unromantic shit I've ever heard in my life.
So then he does like this robot thing where he's like, we can have platonic family. I will give you a ring. It's fucking weird. I'm like, yeah, but you're also asking for the exact same thing from Maddie. So relax.
And also, Emmy is kind of into the Stepford wife thing. Like that's her goal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like, what happened to Vicky, the robot, when she grew up? And it's this. She just wants that. She just wants to be like, welcome home, honey. I made charcuterie. This time there is prosciutto from Harris Teeters.
And a larger question, whatever happened to Vicky Lawrence? Or Lewis? All the Vickies, where are they?
I was gonna say,
for
I think Vicki
Gumbelson.
Lawrence is doing a one-woman show called like Mama and Friends,
Is she?
but the other one I don't know.
Wait.
Yeah, but Vicki Lawrence one-woman show.
What
you'll
is
see.
Vicki Lawrence up to? Wait, I'm gonna ask AI. What is Vicki Lawrence up to? She attended Pensacon, where she met fans and was interviewed by a digital reporter. She also enjoyed her time in Pensacola, Florida, which she described as a charming small town. Well, thank you, AI, for that very
Well,
specific reference.
According to Ticketmaster, she has a show called Vicki Lawrence and Mama. My kind of girl right there. Okay,
see it.
so Joe's like, you need to like tea a little higher about it, because like Will, like, is like, what are you even tea? Like, come on, man, this isn't a lot of time. It's like tea time. Like, figure out how to tea, bro. And Will's giving him a dirty look, and he's like, God, he's like, whatever, like most condescending prick ever. But like when I do it back, he's like, oh fuck, oh. I don't really know the word for hypocrisy, but you guys fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks.
So then Will mess up his swing, and then they all laugh. And Will's like, I should have teed it down. Damn it. So, yeah. Now we go to, it's nighttime, and we're in the Republic back room, and everyone's coming in to change. And now the back room is like a dressing room. So they're all like doing their hair and stuff. And Brad is, he announces that he has to fart. So Joe opens up a locker for Brad to fart into, which he does.
Wasn't that
And
a
then-
fridge?
Whatever it was,
It was like a beer fridge or something.
it could be
want your
all of the
fart on
above
my
at
fridge.
Republic.
Like put a C on that restaurant. Put a C at the door, please.
Molly is doing her hair, and so her hair is up high, and then they're like, oh my God. TJ's like, you look like Leah. You look like Leah CEO. And then we see like side by side of Molly and Leah. And Leah's like, damn right she does look like me. Genuine rock star 100%.
So Maddie comes and she's like, ever since Vegas, I feel like Joe's like hitting fast forward. Like now he wants to get married. Like now he thinks we're good. I just wish I had like a remote control and I could press mute or like pause or like end series. I mean, I don't know, anything. Like anything on the remote control other than play.
And so Emmy is like, okay, guys. I'm like, I have an announcement. I couldn't go to Will's law school prom, which is technically called the barrister's ball. So yeah, just think about that. And I thought, what a fun idea to have a Republic fun prom, but with legal elements. So it'll be full of lawsuits and torts, but the torts can actually be like a dessert tort, and we'd be like, that's a tort. And the lawsuits can just be a stack of papers. Anyway, I was just thinking out loud. Law prom at Republic, guys. What do you think?
She's like, yeah, it's going to be like a prom, but it's going to be like adult themed, which sounds like a porn site, but it's not a porn site. Not that I would know. I don't look at porn, neither does Will. Like, if Will looked at porn, that would be like so traitorous, which he would never do to me. He would never do that, you guys. Are you suggesting that Will looks at porn? Because that's bullshit, okay? Now, if anyone wants to figure out who they're going to ask their dates, you know, you got to ask your dates. Like, make it cute, you guys. Like, ask them in a really, really cute way.
Yeah. I hate cutesy prom invitations. Growing up, this was not a thing for me, by the way. Growing up in Katona, New York in the mid-90s. Like, if you wanted to ask someone to prom, you just walked up to them and awkwardly said, will you go to prom with me? But, like, I swear, I don't know if this was something that started in the 2000s or maybe I was sheltered from it, but I feel like it started with Laguna Beach on MTV, where they would, like, go to a freeway and, like, dangle a sign over the freeway that said, prom, ? And I just feel like ever since then, everyone does these ridiculous things. Was this a thing? Did you go to the prom? Was this like,
Of course
part
I
of
didn't
your
go to
prom
the
culture?
prom. Hello, who are you talking to? No, I did not
Well, I
go
thought
to
you were
the
gonna be
prom.
like, I thought you were gonna be like, well, there was like this lesbian who would wear suspenders, and we just had to go to the prom and just like curse at all the people or something.
The only lesbian I knew in town was my Aunt Josie, who ran the bowling alley in my
Exact.
dad's property management company. And
Does
she would
not
walk
change my
around with this
scenario.
gigantic chain of keys on her polyester suit pants. And she had like a big gray fro. And she wasn't asking anybody to prom. I'll tell you that much. So no, there was no prom for me. There was no prom
My theoretical situation still remains: you and Aunt Josie going to the prom and making fun of people.
She's like, get over here. I'm going to show you what fucking prom it is. But no, I didn't go to the prom. But yeah, I do think that people asked each other in creative ways
No,
to go to
I just
prom.
never liked it. I just feel like it's so ridiculous. So
I was like, that is so heteronormative, even though I'm not gay and I don't know what heteronormative means. But I was like, gross. Knights in white satin? No. How about Ronnie's in bed watching Facts of Life reruns? Okay. 'Cause
How
that was
about
our theme.
Days in Black
Knights in
Velvet?
white satin. Da-da-da-da. No.
I love that
My
song.
favorite movie back then was Carrie, you know? Except I felt like I would have been the one covered in blood. But it would have been awesome to make everything fly around and hit people.
Yeah, you still haven't seen The Substance, right?
No, but you told me the ending in yesterday's recap, so thanks.
What did I say? And I didn't say the ending at all.
I'm not repeating it because
I
it'll
said
spoil
nothing.
somebody else.
I said nothing in the
Yes, you did.
recap about the ending.
Yes, you did. You did. It's spoiled. It's dead to me. I'm never watching that movie again. So then we go to we go back and Emmy's like, okay, get creative about how you're gonna ask your dates. I'm gonna write, will you go to prom with me, and mascara all over my face. But it's not really gonna be big letters until I start crying, and it's gonna be, will you go to prom? It's gonna work. Can I just fucking win? Can I just fucking win? So Molly's like, why are we celebrating this man's accomplishments? Give me a fucking break. And like is like, yeah, like if prom is like as fancy as like he says it is, then like she should hire a bathroom attendant and maybe some spies for Will.
And then we go to the Republic back room back again. And Brad is like, can we vote on prom king and queen? Yeah. And Emmy's like, that's brilliant. That's so smart. Okay. I'll just say in advance, Will and I do accept this honor. Thank you very much, everyone. It's so great being a king and queen, but we will treat everyone like not like our subjects, but like we're equals. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone.
Michaels comes in and he's like, hey, everybody looks so pretty. We have a big party coming in tonight. It's Joe Bradley's friend. So watch out, because you know this is going to be douchey. Let's all get on the floor, okay? Wear gloves. Wear gloves if you got them. The rubber, the better.
Well, the big group coming in, guys, they're actually like my good friends from Atlanta, and they're all very successful lawyers. So, like, I know about lawyers also. And then he's like, ooh, do they go to prom? Mike's like, okay, guys, so let's try to keep the vibes up and have a good night. And they're like, okay. So now it's like party time. People coming in, but Tommy Bahamas, cargo shorts, all the fun stuff. And Joe's like, hey, look who it is, successful lawyer friends. Hi, everyone, what's going on? Hey, that's my boy from Atlanta. He's a legend. Yeah, he's good. He's cool. Yeah.
Welcome, legends. So they all go in, and they're like half hot. I mean, I could use a lawyer. So I didn't go to prom. So then we go to, we see Allie is there too, and she's really pretty, and that's Austin's girlfriend. So, of course, TJ is just behind the bar, like, shifty eyes, like, So, I see that someone has a girlfriend here. Interesting.
A girlfriend.
He's vacuuming the top of the bar. He's like,
So Emmy's like, hi, hey, what's going on? Hi, Allie, you look so good. She's like, so do you. And TJ's like,
It's extremely weird that Emmy is buddying up to Allie right now when both of her and Will believe her brother is the one starting all these quote unquote rumors. And let me add to that.
So the producer asks Emmy if she's met Allie, and she's like, well, yeah, her and my mom have been Bible study friends like for years. So yeah, we know each other. And so she hugs her, and she's like, good to see you, babe. Good to see you. And Allie's like, you too. Dun, dun, dun. We just cut to TJ's eyes like, So then in the kitchen, Joe's like, okay, guys, it's our last big table, so we need, like, all the girls in here. Like, I want all the girls in here. It's, like, big. It's, like, lawyer big. Okay? Those are, like, icons. Those are legends out there. Not in the gay way. They're not, like, mother icons. They're, like, legend icons, all right? They're the men. They're men. They're the men.
Joe, okay, here's the thing, Joe. Leah, CEO, said that there should be a girl out on the floor at all times, so I sent Siobhan out there. Okay, Joe, relax. Oh, my God, too much, Joe.
He's like, well, the highest spending table is like $3,000, and like they need the most servers. That's how. Joe, we are giving you a 12-year-old to go to their table. 12-year-old, say hello. And he's like, hi, I'm lighting sparklers. It's like this little baby that they found to work at this place. I love it. They got him out of the Old Navy factory and shipped him to this restaurant for a night job. He's just like, sparklers.
Joe, stop being a dick. I'm not. I'm just saying how it works. So Austin is watching, and he's like, it's funny watching the newlyweds bicker a little bit. I'm going to get the popcorn going. She's like, whoa, I'm just like listening to the boss, and the boss wants someone on the floor at all times. Joe. So then
Siobhan is out there on the floor like Leah's request, okay? Sorry she can't be back here catering to you. And cut to Leah out there like, that's right, one on the floor or one out the door. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm Leah motherfucking CEO and I'm not playing.
look, I'm not like catering to me. I just like need her catering to my boy from Atlanta. She's like, Joe, Siobhan needs to be out there per Leah Ayler, who is above you. So fucking chill. Girl on the floor, okay?
And he's like, yeah, Leah would be like, hell yeah, like get all the service back at the table. Like she'd be like, absolutely. And meanwhile, we cut to Leah and she's like, if I see one more misspelled sign, you're fucking out of here. Do you understand? I'm Leah motherfucking CEO, not Leah she don't fucking know. I'm watching you.
So Joe's like, well, here's a sign, but it's misspelled on purpose. If you're in pain, make it rain. You're spelled you are, which is kind of like Egyptian. So then Maddie's like, Joe, okay, you can take it out by yourself because Siobhan needs to be on the floor. So
By the way, Siobhan also needs to be on my television screen. Why are we not seeing Siobhan? I almost put her on the back of a milk carton the other day in my fridge. Where's Siobhan? Where's she been? Why did we
Yeah.
dump Siobhan?
Yeah, I agree. So she comes in to help with sparklers, and Siobhan is like, why is no one else back here? And just like, I don't know. It's just like weird. You know what? Joe Bradley thinks he's the owner, and I have to humble him. That's like the typical fucking thing. I don't know if he has some resentment with me or what, but it's like not a good look at work.
Joe, I don't know why you're so mad. I sent Cloris Leachman out there. And we cut, and Cloris Leachman's like, hey,
Hey, boys, so lawyers, huh? So what, you take care of elderly people getting abused, rear end
everyone got-
accidents, fall down at work? What kind of lawyers are you, huh? There's many different flavors.
All right, everyone gather around. Who wants to hear some stories about Gene Hackman?
So Joe is like, okay,
Too soon? Is it too soon?
Too soon. It's a memoir. Listen, we're remembering.
So Joe is like, he's like, well, we only had one server come back to the $3,000 minimum table, and like you and the other servers like refuse to come out, and it's like a horrible look, and they all deserve a VIP experience, and I'm just like, I keep telling everyone like, why you keep making like while you keep making money from them, I'll just keep serving you. Like that's like not a good look as like a leader of the company.
and we just cut to TJ going,
Well, I guess the honeymoon's over.
It's not a good look as the leader of the company to take us away from our tables, Joe. And he's like, I'm not taking it away. It was like 2 seconds.
it's like, talk to the hand, Joe. Talk to the hand, Joe. And Michael sees him and he's like, what's going on here? Why are we fighting at work? Like, Leah CEO is over there. I don't need the king and queen of Republic fighting on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, Leah is here. Do you not see Leah? She is currently doing a line of coke off Cloris Leachman's ass, which is probably not by the rules. But anyway, like, can we just concentrate?
So then the child server asks Maddie where Joe is. He's like, I don't know, child. I don't know where Joe is. And we're like a little like behind right now. So it's like, what the fuck?
Can I
And
ask you a
so-
question? Is Joey my father?
No.
Do you know who my father is?
No.
Do you know who my mother is? Who put me here? Where am I? Is there a school here?
The child was like born out of like the bottom of TJ's Sir Wiener's cart. Like the chemicals came together and created like it was like you saw like a head like emerge from the water like it's like it's like species. So May's like so Joe's like, I think we're sold out. I think I sold all the tables. And so then they're like, oh, whatever, and they go out to help and smile and they sell things. So now we go to a tequila bar during the day. And Michaels goes and has a lovely little lunch with his stepfather. So they sit down, and his dad is a stepfather, but really considers him his dad, etc. And Michaels explains that Reeve, well, he calls him Reeve. I think his full name is Rivellino. So talks about how his dad was, no longer with his mom anymore, and that Michael talks about being raised in an Afro-Latino background. Coming out as gay was hard because there's so much machismo in the culture that he was raised in, and that his stepdad was the only consistent figure that supported him unconditionally.
Yeah, he's like, so have you talked to mom? He's like, no. And he's like, yeah, you haven't talked to her? And he's like, No, he goes, you haven't called her? And he goes, she's called me, but I don't ever call back. So apparently this lady is just a terror to everybody. He's like, no, I'm not calling her. So then he tells us basically how his mom found out he was gay. And it's because she went through his phone and found an Instagram DM thread between him and this guy saying, I love you. And she wouldn't speak to him for a week. And then she never would talk about it after. And so Rive tells Michael's like, only pursue men for you. Don't try and find someone to please your mom because nothing is going to please your mom. So don't even try that. Okay.
So Michael's is like, thank you for the support. Here's a picture of Preston. And his dad is like, okay. Oh, whoa. Okay. I mean, yes, I fully support you. No, his stepfather is really very sweet and very supportive. He's so cute too. He's just smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
So then now it's time to go to Bourbon and Bubbles. That's right, because Leva sits down with Joe, and Joe is like, I don't know why Leva asked me here, but like maybe even if I'm in trouble, it's okay because anytime Leva calls me, I'm like, hell yeah, yeah.
Just like Leva says every time they ask her to shoot a scene on the show. She's like, hi, Joe, what's going on? He's like, not much. No, they've been a really good summer. Like, I got extra pep in my step because, like, Maddie's helped me a lot with that. Maddie's helped me a lot. Like, it's my wife. It's, like, really good to be paired up with someone who's so helpful.
Okay, that's great. By the way, Lamar told me last night that you want to take a month off to go on tour with Maddie, so I knew we had to have a chat. Her DJ career isn't real. It only happens when we're shooting the show, right? Yeah, no, but like, I don't want Maddie to travel alone. That's like the love of my life, but also her dreams are happening. So I want to be the support system. Yeah, I know that like her dreams are happening, but while her dreams are happening, tables need to be bussed. So don't sacrifice your career. You're really good at wiping down things.
Yeah, like Joe, like your career is going to a certain place. Like me and Lamar, like we both know if the ice machine's broken, like you're always there to kick it and make it work again. So I just feel like I really need you to think about that. He's like, I don't like Maddie being alone. So like that's like really rough.
Leva's like, I know Joe has a bigger idea for himself because he's like not motivated at the door anymore. He's kind of getting mopey, and you see him be like, come on in. Oh, wow. But if you really want to run a space, you cannot follow Maddie around. You got to chime in. You got to clock in. You can't take the whole month off. I'm like, look, he got a taste of the sweet life, okay? He banged Countess Luann de Lesseps, and he knows he could be somewhere in England right now being introduced by Tilda Swinton. So it's hard. It's hard to go back to being a doorman.
Sweet life. He got a taste of like Benson and Hedges' menthol breath life. He knows what it could be. And he's like, I just want to be able to, like, something Maddie could be like, like impressed by. I want her to like hype me up, Like the other day I carried an ice. She didn't say anything. How do you think that makes me feel?
So now it's another day, and the Republic Garden and patio has been turned into like a kitty spot because we've got big yarn balls. Leva brings in a big yarn ball, and we see signs that say "Live, laugh, meow." Actually, that's just a joke. Then there's Kittens, and Leva tells us there's a problem in South Carolina because there are too many kittens. There's so many kittens that even the kill shelters are having trouble euthanizing. I mean, that's what they always said on Southern Charm, that, Charleston just has too much pussy, which is why the men get to have all the choices. Hey, yo! Hey.
That's terrible, though. All the kill shelters are even having to kill now. I mean, my God.
The non-kill shelters, yeah.
Yeah, the non-kill shelters are having to kill now. That's crazy.
All those sweet little kittens.
So they, there's cats every place, which I don't know, sounds bad for a restaurant. A lot of people are allergic to cats. I don't think you want cat dander everywhere in Europe, but whatever. It's not like it's a sparkling clean place to begin with, but no cat shame, but damn. So Michaels comes and he's like, oh my God, I can get my face painted like a cat. I'm so doing that.
Yeah, so he sits down and he gets like a little nose and whiskers, which is good because he spends the rest of the episode being very somber and like pulling people for advice with a little cat face on. So Michaels is like, So, by the way, Lake, can we have a talk, please? So, I had a chance to talk with my dad, and I like kind of want to tell you about it so I can maybe give you some advice to do the same with your dad. She's like, what do you want me to say to my dad? She's like, well, it's like not really what I want you to say. It's just like what I want. It's just what you know, what you want to say. So basically, I don't want to say this to my mom, but I want you to say this to your dad. So I'm just gonna let you know what you have to say.
Yeah, I mean, look, back off. This is her fucking business. Everyone has the right to come out how they want to come out. I mean, I get that he's just trying to be helpful and being like, you'll feel better once you're living your truth. But that's up to her.
Yep. And you're also like, you have a cat face on. He's like, meow. Can I tell you what you should say?
It's
Just
like the
live
1 minute your
life,
mom would be
meow.
happy. You're covered in pussy.
Like, it's like, why is everyone so concerned about my dad? Like, I'm glad you had a conversation with your dad. I just think it's great. But like, and I want to hear about it, but I'm just like not ready. So now people are like not adapting kittens. They're adopting kittens and stuff. And then people are like walking in, etc. And TJ's like, Joe and Maddie come in, and TJ's like,
Oh, I didn't know you guys were coming. I guess the old TJ doesn't get text messages anymore saying we're coming. So great, thanks so much for that. Could've
Well, it
gotten my
takes
gossip
like
ready.
2 hours to get here from Daniel Island, so we were late. Sorry, everybody, about geographically fucked. Am I right?
Maddie, come with me. I want to talk with you. So Michaels takes Maddie to the side and he's like, what the hell was that? And she goes, yeah, Joe and I were fighting and like he was talking shit about Grace and I feel like he was like trying to turn her against me. And then
So
we
we see the
flashback of them
fight,
fighting.
and he's like, I mean, it's just like hard because like you're giving like 99% to a friendship, and you're only getting like 1% back, and it's like crazy. 1% is generous, and she's like, I can assure you, there have been times in our relationship like where she's been giving 90% and I've been giving 10%. So you know what, Joe? It's just how it works. Until you've really like spent time in Mexico with somebody, you really don't understand.
Oh, I've never seen Grace give you 90%. So, oh yeah, well last year, but you wouldn't know because you weren't fucking around, Joe. So Matt, now back to present. Maddie's like, now my friendship is being like affected because he's like trying to defend me. It's like borderline suffocating, and I can defend myself. He just like needs to trust my judgment. And Michael's just staring at her like, do you feel like you can be more open with me now that I'm dressed like a kitty cat?
And now Grace and her mom Tracy are there, and they're like,
Cats, oh my God, honey, maybe this is your big moment. You have a song about cats you could sing. I believe in you.
So yeah, they're they're there, and I'm so glad they Grace brought her mom because I love Grace's mom because she's basically like Grace and her mom just kind of try to look like each other, which is like my favorite thing. Like Tracy tries to be like the cool mom, but then Grace is the kind of daughter that's like, my mom is just the best. They're just like this power duo of inanity.
How many people can say they've danced on tables naked with their mom in Tulum?
So Joe is saying in a confessional, like, seeing you succeed as by the way, sorry, TJ. Just want you to know, seeing you succeed as an entrepreneur and like seeing Maddie killing it and like Bradley like doing something just makes me realize like I need to focus on my career path because I never thought that like loving someone too much could have so many repercussions. I'm just like too nice of a guy.
Well, you know, you have to have your own things, right? Like, it can't just be the relationship, right? I mean, you know, like for me, I have to think beyond relationships, which is why I started a hot dog company because I used to call my ex-boyfriends Sir Wiener. I used to call his penis Sir Wieners. I'm realizing how fucked up this sounds actually now. Hey, at least I'm almost paid off.
Grace, are you gonna get a kitten?
I don't know. You know, they're not like purebred, and I'm still kind of grieving Fergie.
I only want a purebred, stupid Grace
Purebred
Lily.
kitten.
And we are reminded of the kidnapped cat storyline where she kidnapped a cat from her ex-boyfriend, and I guess he got that cat back. And
I guess so.
she's like,
Hashtag free Fergie.
I'll be honest, like after Vegas, I was like super hurt. She goes,
Not genuinely apologize for being late to your set.
she goes, no, but on the real, like I'm not mad about you being late. I'm like happy that you even showed up, to be honest.
I mean, do you really think I'm that bad of a friend that I was gonna miss your set?
It's like, yes. Actually, yes, we do.
And she's like, I haven't seen you at your best lately, Grace Lily.
Well, then you haven't been watching my TikTok because I've been hula hooping my hookers off, okay? Get on over there, girl. Who's stopping you? Did I not tell you that I went to dinner with Bob Marley and Jesus? Did you know that Jesus doesn't even know what a rollerblade is? I said, I like to rollerblade. And he said, roller skate? I said, Blade, what kind of Jesus are you? Rehang him.
I said, you made this? So Grace is like, we don't even hang out outside of this group together. And Maddie is like, yeah, because you fucked O'Sheen. I mean, I wish I never did that because, he was wrong. And it's hard. I've now put myself in a corner and I just want to get out of the corner. I never should have fucked O'Sheen, not because it hurt someone, but because now no one wants to talk to me. So that was bad.
I still get sick every time I smell day-old milk.
Hooking up with O'Sheen was not worth what has transpired and what it's cost me. For instance, do you know that ever since I hooked up with him, I have not been able to find my Subway rewards card? That's a whole free Subway sandwich I'm now not getting. That's costing me a lot.
You know what you need to do, Grace Lily? Swallow your pride.
Haven't I swallowed enough?
All right, take accountability. Haven't I taken swallowing enough? Okay, you can only do it once. It only works with one of the words.
Okay, sorry. I was trying to make it a thing.
Okay, I want to apologize to Eva.
Our friend?
No, Perone. Because I met her when I was doing ayahuasca once, and that is one bad bitch. There's a musical written about her.
I did cry for her, and she got real mad about it, though.
So then, so Maddie's like, well, the group is giving me a hard time, but they haven't seen the times. You give me 90% and I give you 10%. But I sometimes, and I give you, sometimes I give you 10%. Sometimes I give you 90%, you give me 10%. Like, that's what we do. We're girlfriends. I'm a DJ, you're the talent. Let's motherfucking hug, LOL.
So they hug and make up. And then now Michael's is sitting with Lake and petting kittens and stuff. And he's like, you seem low energy. It's like, yeah. You're saying that?
I know, Michael's who came very close to being unmonotone once. You're very low energy. She's like, yeah.
Ain't that a Frito calling a lake corny?
There's a lot of expectations that come with being a rocker. I mean, when you're related to the star of Hootie and the Blowfish, it's just there's a lot of pressure on your shoulders. And if respecting my family and grandparents and their legacy, I'm going to be more conservative about my sexuality and my fluidity.
And he's like, well, even if you don't have a conversation now, your family will come around if you do have it in the future. She's like, yeah, I'm going to have a conversation with my family when they're dead and I have my money on my inheritance. How about that? How about grandma can get a conversation when I'm spending her money and she's in the grave? Thanks.
I love you. I love you so much. She's like, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. So then Lake leaves with Shelby, her lady friend. And then it's another day. The sun has risen over the Ravenel Bridge, a bridge that was actually shaped in the form of Thomas Ravenel's tempting fingers. So Maddie and Joe are doing their morning routine, and we see TJ, and he goes into his mail room, his package room, to get some packages, but he leaves his phone in there, and then he's like, oh my God, I left my phone in there. Can't get back in. And then we don't get any resolution. I want to know how that was. I want to know how he got his phone back.
So then we go over to Austin's house and he's having date night with Allie. And he's like, yeah, this relationship has started again. I'm so happy to have her back because I made some mistakes, I said mean things. Yeah. Actually, I lied about a few things. So tell me
just
more,
to get
sir.
an emotional rise.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Wait, what? Excuse me? That is the most toxic thing. He just skated right by with that one.
It's weird because it's so many stories there. You know what I mean? What do you mean you lied? So are you saying that I'm getting you cheated on her, but then you said, no, I was just saying I cheated on you to get a rise out of you. I don't know what his deal is, but he's a fucking weirdo and I can't wait to find out.
Yeah, seriously. He's like, I got some work to do before I make things right. And so then pizza arrives, and there's Austin's like, he's he's got like the pizza has like pepperoni on it, and it just looks like a strange arrangement of pepperoni. But if you look at it closely, there's like maybe a P and an R, and like, Allie doesn't think anything of it, so he has to lead her. He's like, "Hey, look at that pepperoni. Is that a P and an R and an O?" And she's like, "No, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is leading to, but I'm not going to accept it. I'm going to make you have to spell out the whole thing because I'm refused to accept that you're asking me."
But
to
I don't know how to accept my limitations. So it's a prom invite. So look, I think this is real love because they're eating carbs in front of each other. So to gay people, that's like marriage. So then we go to the Republic patio, and TJ has his Sir Wieners stand up, and he's making hot dogs. And Mia comes in to visit, and he's like, "Yeah, after the success of launch, like I get to come here like once a month. It's amazing. Almost paid off."
Yay. So Mia comes by, and she's like, "This is my only meal of the day." It's a Miss World competition somewhere. So so he's like really happy to grow, and he presents Mia with 3 hot dogs, and the mustard on it says "Prom with me," which, I really enjoy this. We have a pizza prom and a hot dog prom invitation, and I'm gonna give it to the hot dogs because the pizza one was sloppy, but hot dogs also sloppy but more legible. So good job, DJ. You win.
And Mia says, I mean, if there were rumors circulating that my boyfriend cheated, I would not be throwing him prom. I'd be throwing him a left hook. That's right. I'm back, bitch. So then Mia and TJ are talking about Emmy, and he's like, well, she's been like blowing me up the past few weeks. I mean, like she wants to hang out, and Taylor told me that she said bad stuff, so I'm not really sure. Like she'll text me nonstop if I don't text her back right away. I'm not a peep from Will, not a peep. I can't understand because we're such good friends, as you'll see in the next 2 minutes in the next scene when I try and reignite his cheating rumors yet again.
Yeah, seriously. So he says it's been like very surface level, borderline guilty vibes since Vegas. So then Will enters with a bouquet of balloons, and they like one balloon has a P on it, one has an R, one has an O, one has an M that he's written out in Sharpie. But since the balloons are going in all different directions, it's like unclear what's going on. And they have on the screen all the letters scrambling and swirling around. And he's like, I want to lean into the cheesiness of this since, you've been working so hard to put together this prom. Also was a really good use case for my highlighter.
So she's like, oh my God, you guys, I just got balloons and they say it's something. And it's amazing. I'm going to prom. I'm going to prom with Will. So then everybody's like, wow, Will's putting effort into this relationship? What the hell? And TJ's like, I mean, he could have just showed up with like roses and she would have said yes.
He's like, to be fair, I was just trying to write the word romp, but she read it as prom. So Emmy's like, it's the thought that counts. I love it. And I know you think about me all the time, right? That's why you cheat on me, because you're thinking of me. And that's the thought that counts. So then everyone's just side-eyeing Will. And Emmy's like, he just asked me to prom. Oh my God, guys, he just asked me to prom. I can't believe this happened. So then she's telling customers, and they really don't care. So now we're at a running path. And Brad is leading a running group called Let's Run Charleston. And he's basically, it's like because his side gig is doing fitness stuff and everything. So TJ and Austin are there, and Brad is saying that it started off with just like a few 50 runners, and now it's like a huge thing, And we see that Austin does not have sneakers on. He's going to run barefoot, which is like...
He's like, yeah, you can be like really close to the earth by running barefoot. Oh my God. You
can also
get
be really
close to tetanus, you stupid.
You can get close to the emergency room with those stitches you'll need soon.
Yeah, he's dumb.
Once you step on broken glass.
He does it. He runs it. He's like, it's like soul fulfilling. Yeah, just what Buddha wanted, running over dirty needles and, condoms. Sounds great.
Yeah.
So after, we're really here to talk shit. Of course, right? So TJ, Austin, and Brad sit down, and they're like, let's talk about prom, okay? So are you going to bring Allie and make out with her in the bathroom? And Brad's like, I thought that was just a Will thing. Yeah.
Well, thinks the whole rumor stitch is like being, thinks it's because it's like, Will thinks that like, he's saying that he's being bullied by Allie's brother. And Austin's like, I don't personally believe that it had anything to do with Allie or her brother. And to hear that Will even had Allie's name in his mouth immediately pisses me off. I mean, her and I are like trying to rekindle things, and the last thing she's gonna do is bring some drama into our dynamic. I'm currently not on good terms with any of Allie's family. They do not fuck with me, so I'm not having like conversations with any of Allie's people right now. So we'll just jump to conclusions. This isn't high school. This is law school. No one cares that much about you, Will.
Then that means that Will lied again. Let's get him, everybody. I'm going to find out who this girl is. I can't just sit on this. I know I'm not going to know how this is going to end until I end it. I'm getting him.
Like, jeez, what the hell? Just a minute ago, you're like, why won't Will be my friend? And now you're like, I'm going to ruin his fucking life.
Now, look, I believe Austin. I believe that Will is cheating. But that being said, while you're building your case, don't have an aside where you talked about how you made some shit up during your breakup with your girlfriend. You lied just to get a rise out of her, because that's not going to help your case on this show when you're telling the story about how Will was fucking in law school. Because now you've just admitted that you actually are willing to lie to achieve a goal. So that's not great. But
I don't
still
think
believe
anybody expects anything different from this band. I don't think anybody is going to be surprised or really care that Austin is a liar.
Yeah. But that was it.
The man's
Now
running
we have.
barefoot.
Yeah, I'm still so upset about that. So that's the end. This week is actually going to be the season finale. That was quick, a 10-episode season, I think. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
At the law prom.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us today. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.